Hello, friends. All right, so wait for everybody to pop on and then we'll get started. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. I feel like this week has gone by really quickly. Probably because it was the 4th. All right, so in the comments here, I'm going to post my shopping link and then the rest of the links to some other fun things that I have on. I'm going to pin it there in the comments. When you do pop on, let me know where you're watching from. Say hello. If you're a newbie, go ahead and hashtag newbie in the comments so I can welcome you. And then if you haven't, when you do pop on, go ahead and click that share button in your bottom left-hand corner. And then in the top right-hand corner, you'll see those 3 little dots. That'll give you the option to turn on live notifications. So make sure you turn on those live notifications so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. But I've been doing full coverage a lot lately, so I figured it'd be fun today to do like a lighter coverage makeup look, because I realize not everybody loves full coverage, especially if you're kind of newer to makeup, or you want something that just like feels really light on your skin, just kind of evens out your skin tone. So I figured I'd do a fun tutorial for that. Awesome, Cynthia, welcome. Nice to meet you. So I do have my assistant on with me today. So if you guys need to be color matched, make sure that you just comment match or color match in the comments. And that way I'll send you a message to be able to color match you. Hi, Stephanie. Awesome. Not too far from me. Thanks for being here. Atlanta, Kentucky, Canada. Awesome. We're all over. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. So like I said before, make sure that you comment color match in the comments if you need to be color matched. If you have not yet tried this amazing makeup, make sure that you snag some down in the comments. My website right here is rayahopebeauty.com. And then as I always tell you guys, we have a love it guarantee. So if you don't love anything for any reason, you can just return it for your money back. And I can even help you. So I'm excited. We'll get started. Let me find my hair clip. Virginia, Oklahoma, South Africa. Awesome, guys. Illinois. Wonderful. I remember this one time, like a week or 2 ago, we did this live and I was trying to get all 50 states watching, and I think we got so close. Do you guys remember that? That was so much fun. Got the eye cream today. I have a question. So when you're using it, use it before rose water. I use mine after rose water. So I spray my rose water in the morning and then I use my eye cream. I put it on my ring fingers and then I massage in. I go all the way up onto my under eye and then right under here. If you guys haven't grabbed our eye cream yet, it is so good. It helps with under eye puffiness, helps with fine lines, helps with dark circles. It's been like life-changing. My under eyes have gotten even more lighter once I started using it, and I've been using it for about, I want to say about 9 weeks now, and already so much like brighter, softer, firmer on my under eyes. It's crazy. And you can even use it like on crow's feet. You can use it on your eyelids. It's amazing. So if you haven't yet grabbed the eye cream, make sure you do so today. And then, yeah, so I'll do rose water and then eye cream, and then I do my pre-makeup routine, which I've already done. So my pre-makeup routine, I do 2 products. So I do my Touch Bold setting spray. I spray this all over my face, and this is going to really set your skin. It's going to prep your skin for all of the makeup, and it's going to help to contain any dryness or oiliness. Then I apply my Touch Glorious mattifying face primer. We have 3 primers. We have the mattifying, the hydrating, and then the regular. I personally love and swear by the mattifying face primer. It is so good. It helps to blur your fine lines, blur your pores. It really it makes your makeup look so much more fuller coverage. It makes your skin like beam. It's so gorgeous. So if you have yet to grab this right now, definitely make sure to snag it. It is so good. And this mattifying face primer, a lot of face primers on the market have like drying effects to it. This one does not. It doesn't make you feel more dry. So even if you have dry skin, you can still utilize the mattifying face primer. So make sure to grab this if you haven't yet. So my pre-makeup routine, like I was saying, is setting spray, primer, setting spray. Girlfriend, Tuesday, is that how you say your name? Hi, thank you for being here. Oh no, am I frozen for anybody else? Let me know. Yes, it's amazing for older skin as well. Like I mentioned about the non-drying effect. You can use this if you have more mature skin. If you do have any dryness, however, the hydrating face primer is like a drink of water for your skin. It is so, so good.
How long do they have to return product?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah. So this is amazing. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. All right, so mattifying face primer, so, so good. All right, and then setting spray after our primer, and then we're ready to go. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna go in with, like I said, we're gonna be doing kind of a lighter coverage. Hi, welcome, thank you for being here. Yay, I'm so glad I got your color match on point. Yay, hi Beth, thanks for being here. All right, so for the coverage today, we are basically only going to be using this product right here. This is the Skin Perfecting Concealer in the shade Organza. I'm going to use about that much for today's coverage, and I'm going to massage this on my fingers to warm up that consistency. For age spots, our skincare is oh my god, I can't talk. Our skincare is incredible for helping to brighten and tighten your skin. But if you're looking for a really full coverage, I have makeup tutorials for that. Today we're going to be talking about more lighter coverage, but the Skin Perfecting Concealer is hands down like one of the most amazing concealers I've ever used. It's super opaque, meaning you cannot see through it. So again, that was the Skin Perfecting Concealer in the shade Organza. And then now I'm going to go in with the blending bud, and we're going to start to blend this in all over. So this makeup routine is really good for those who aren't really into makeup, don't really like a ton of coverage, or don't like liquid foundation. So we're not going to be using any liquid foundation today of any kind. The coverage is going to be coming from the concealer, which you are going to see covers everything. I love that it provides enough coverage to make me feel like I have a really evened out skin tone, begins to hide my redness, completely hides any under eye blemishes, any under eye imperfections. But the blending buds right here are so important for applying the concealer that we have on, because these are a little bit more dense than like your everyday average beauty blender. These are going to be a little bit more dense, and they don't soak up the makeup like a regular beauty blender would, so it actually makes your makeup last longer. But they're a little more dense, so they really compress the makeup into place, making it look so much more smoother and so much more fuller coverage. So super, super good. Thank you. I know our skincare, I'm telling you guys, if you've been struggling with your complexion, our skincare is incredible. Amazing. All right, so that was a Skin Perfecting Concealer, and you can already see how much like more even my skin looks, how much more softer it looks, and that's just concealer, and it doesn't look cakey or heavy or like I have a ton of makeup on already. And again, just concealer. So the first thing that we're going to do with our concealer to make sure it doesn't crease and it doesn't like move around is we're going to set it. So I have oily skin, so I like to bake with my setting powder. If you have drier skin, I'm just taking my setting spray and my blending bud. And then now I'm going to take my Touch Behold translucent setting powder. I popped the cap off mine because I like to bake with it, but it typically comes with a little mesh plate on it. It looks like this when you first buy it. Nope, that's not it. Looks like this. So it comes with a little, I grabbed the wrong one again. There you are. It comes with a little mesh plate like that. So if you did have dry skin, what you would want to do with this little mesh plate is you could either use like a fluffy brush like this, press it in and press it on, or sweep it like this across whatever you need to set. Or if you have more oily skin, you can do my technique, which is again called baking. Right before we bake or set our makeup, we always want to make sure that we don't have any fine lines beginning to form, because once you set it, it stays in place just like how you set it. So we're going to take it on the blending bud, which again we sprayed with our setting spray to get the setting powder really kind of lay nicely on our skin. And we're just going to pop this wherever we did our concealer. I'm also going to use this wherever I get really oily. So for me, it's always my T-zone. So I'm going to use this product in this area. Another really positive and cool thing that this does is it helps to also blur pores, and it also helps with brightening. So if you have been feeling like your under eyes just will not like pop, the setting powder, even if you didn't want to use it for setting, it is a really great under eye highlight. And again, if you have dry skin, you just want to use less of the product. And then I'm using our fan brush and we're just sweeping that away. So what setting powder does is it's going to absorb the natural oils from your skin. So instead of the natural oils pushing against your foundation and making your foundation look oily, greasy, or come off altogether, it's going to be absorbed into the setting powder. Liquid seems to go on dry. What I'm doing wrong. So Amanda, you may just need a little bit more hydration. So the hydrating face primer would be good for you. Also, rose water. You can spritz your rose water after you're done, or you can spritz it right before you set your makeup. But there's so many different options. So feel free to send me a message if you're having any trouble with anything. I don't bake my whole face because I don't have any oiliness on my cheeks. I just have it kind of in my T-zone, and then I want to make sure to set the concealer because the concealer is more of a kind of a slicker, I don't want to say oily because it's not oily, but it is kind of like a slicker material, so you want to make sure to set it really well so it stays in place. Siri is like picking up what I was saying. It's funny. Okay. Yes, Rebecca, I actually pinned it in the comments above and in the description and the comments, and you can use the code RHEA10. I just did my concealer, so all I have on my skin right now are these two products, and it's so good. So Skin Perfecting Concealer in the shade Organza, and then I have on the Touch Behold Translucent Setting Powder to set it. So now to really bump up the coverage and to make it make my skin look even more fuller coverage and softer, I'm going to go right in with my pressed powder in the shade Poplin, and I'm going to apply this on a big kabuki brush. So for this guy, this is a really incredible pressed powder. If you wear the shade Taffeta, which I saw a comment up above asking if Taffeta was in stock, and it's not, you're going to want to use this shade, which again is the shade Poplin in the Unique Pressed Powder. And again, I'm just using it on a big kabuki brush. Typically, when I'm applying my pressed powder, I'll use kind of a bouncing motion like this. But when I don't have any liquid on, I'll go in with a swirling motion, which is going to put it on just a little bit more thicker in general. So I'm going to apply this just like that all over. And like I said, this is really going to bump up the coverage of my skin or my foundation, and it's going to provide a very nice soft coverage to my skin. So I love it that it evens out my skin tone, takes away any redness, hides my imperfections, but it still doesn't look like I have any makeup on. You can still see my freckles, you can still see my skin. So this is a really, really good product if you're not into like a ton of foundation, but you still want something to kind of even you out. So the Unique Pressed Powders are incredible. So that was the shade Poplin that we used all over, and then I use the Touch Behold Setting Powder for my under eyes. Oh, it has been restocked. Awesome. Okay, so now for contouring, I'm going to use the pressed powder in the shade Twill, and I'm going to use the tapered blusher brush, and we're just going to add a little bit of dimension to our skin. So when you're typically using like foundation, it tends to wash you out and take away the natural like shape to your face that you get from being out in the sun or just being a human. So what we're going to do is kind of give that back to ourselves so we don't look washed out. So I'm going to take the pressed powder in the shade Twill and the tapered blusher brush, and we're going to go from the top of the ear to the corner of the mouth, and we're just going to go along just like this, back and forth. If you have rosacea, I would definitely recommend the blending buds, and I would even do the BB Flawless, which is our hydrating face, it's like our BB cream or like our CC cream, and that would be a really great product to use for redness. You can also use the concealer like I'm doing as well. Yes, so both pressed powders, Taffeta and Poplin, are the same product. They're just like different undertones. So message me a selfie facing a window if you're not sure what color to get. What can I use if I use Organza pressed powder for all over? I would do Poplin for you. The powder makes me oily. I would make sure that you're using like a mattifying face primer, and I would make sure that you're using the setting powder in those oily areas, Michelle. Something else that would really help with that is if you aren't exfoliating. A lot of the times our skin will begin to feel really oily if it's feeling suffocated, and a lot of the times our skin feels suffocated because it has a lot of dry skin that needs to be removed, and a lot of the times we don't even realize that we have a lot of dry skin or dead skin on our face. So the exfoliating face mask is incredible. I really love using the exfoliating face mask on my facial brush, brush, the Cora 3. I just like apply it and then I'll use my silicone head on the Cora 3 to really buff out all of the dead skin. For contouring, I love the shade Twill. It is just so soft and subtle. It really gives you that dimension to your skin without making it look heavy or like muddy or dirty. It's very, very light. For wrinkles, if you're looking for something to like tone your skin, the night cream and the day cream are amazing. The eye cream that just launched is incredible for under eyes as well. But just let me know if you guys need any other help or anything. Feel free to message me here on Facebook. And if you need to be color matched, go ahead and comment color match below. And then for restocks, make sure that you text Rhea Hope to the phone number 25456. So I just typed it out there. So if you're wanting to be notified on any like restocks, make sure you text Rhea Hope to 25456, and I will make sure to alert you guys when anything restocks. So now for blush, to finish off our makeup look, I'm going to use the pressed blush in the shade Supple, which again is a really great subtle soft color. So I'm kind of going for this very like minimalist makeup look. So even if you wanted to contour and use a blush, you can still achieve that really minimal looking makeup look with these two products, which again was the pressed powder in Twill and the pressed blush in Supple was the color that I just used. And I love it because it's more peachy and it's not so like pink or red and intense. It's very soft on your skin. So I love that product for that. And it also has a very slight sheen to it. So it really kind of illuminates your cheekbones, which elevates the makeup look and just makes you look super glowy and really pretty. Is the brush in stock? I always forget where it is. So the tapered blusher brush, that's what I use to contour. It is in stock. It's going to be under tools. What blush brush did you use? So this was by Unique. I think it's retired now. This was a blusher brush. Any blush brush would do. I love ones that are more angled though. Aw, thanks Trish. Such as the clothes purchased from Praxi. Yay! I'm so glad. They're one of my favorites for sure. All right, so for brows, I'm just going to throw my brows on real quick. So I'm going to use the brow liner in the shade Medium. The shade Light is still in stock if you do have blonde hair, red hair, gray hair, light hair. You can grab the brow pencil in the shade Light. This is one of my favorite products for doing my brows just because of how fast and easy it is. I love it too because it's really, really dainty. So you get very like accurate hair-like strokes with this. So what I do is essentially just outline and then color in. I use the shade Supple in the blush. So the kabuki, I don't know how to spell. Oh, the kabuki brush. Message me and I'll give you the link to that. All right, so I'm going to take this to the arch, and then I follow the tear duct straight up, and that's kind of where I know to cap off the brow, and then I'll connect it here on the bottom, and then go inward and then through the tail. But even if you're not really into doing your eyebrows, it really does make a super big difference on the overall appearance of your makeup look. Not only does it frame your face, but it also makes the appearance that your eyes are much wider and like brighter, more wide awake almost, and it gives you more room for eyeshadow, or at least the appearance of it. So even if you weren't into doing your eyebrows, it really does kind of open up your face. So something else you can do after you've done this part is take the spoolie side of your brow pencil and just kind of comb through it. It'll lighten the brows up a little bit. I like them a little more bold, so I'm going to leave them, but you can absolutely use this to kind of soften the brow look. So I use the shade Medium, but the light shade is still in stock. All right, so now for, we're going to set our makeup. So I'm going to use my Touch Behold setting spray. Always shake it up, and then so I always make sure to set my makeup before I do my mascara, because it really it helps prevent the mascara from transferring if you ever have that issue, because you're preventing your eyelashes from being just more wet. So it's kind of like thinking smarter, not harder. So I like to use my setting spray before I apply any mascara. Also helps to prep your lips and your lashes for the products that are about to come. So I use my setting spray, which is super important to make sure that you're using if you're not. One, it makes your makeup look less like makeup looky. It makes it look so soft and very natural. It adds a little bit of moisture into your powders, which helps them to expand, so it takes away like the powdery look to your face as well. And it helps to prevent transferring when you hug people or on your phone or whatever. So if you don't have this yet, definitely snag it. It's under setting on my website right here, rayahopebeauty.com. Is the light shade okay for dark brows? I would use the light shade if you had blonde hair, dirty blonde hair, red hair, gray hair. If you have darker hair than that, Diana, I would do, which I think you do, I would do the Brow Obsession palette. All right, real fast for my eyes, I forgot I wanted to do this. I'm going to take my fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to take the product that I used for my contour, and I'm just going to use this really fast and just very lightly pop this in the crease of your eye. This is a really fast and easy little trick to do for your eyeshadow to make it look like you're wearing eyeshadow, but really you're not. So this is one of my favorite little tricks for getting your eyes to kind of pop. And it's using a product more than one way, which I'm all about. So again, this was the pressed powder. So technically it's a foundation in the shade Twill, which is what we used to contour with. And then we just popped it in the crease of our eye. So now it looks like we have eyeshadow on. Ta-da! All right, so now for mascara, I'm going to use my lash primer first. And although this is a very like minimalist makeup look, I swear by the lash primer, even if you aren't really into like a ton of makeup, it really does make a big difference on the outcome of your lashes. So it gives you so much more length, so much more volume, and the best benefit is it gives you hydration to your lashes, which helps your lashes to grow thicker, bolder. Tucker loves the kitten. They're little best friends. All right, so now for the 4D mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras because it has fibers and gel infused in it. And it kind of gives each lash like a fiber hug. So you don't have any fiber fallout, but it gives you length and volume. So I take that from the base of the lash all the way up, and I'll give it one good coat. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Oh, so good. And then same thing here on this side, base of the lash all the way up. And then I kind of work in like little quadrants of my lashes. So I'll work in the inner section, the outer section, the middle, and then I'll run it along the back side just to get the tips. And then what I'll do is I can add another layer, but it's completely buildable. So if you want really, really bold lashes, you can add as many layers as you want. And I love that it's buildable so it doesn't look like clumpy or anything at the more layers you add. Would you put eye primer on after you put on the setting spray? Yes. So I would do your setting spray, and then I would do your eye primer, and then I would do whatever eyeshadow you wanted to do if you have oily eyelids or a lot of fine lines and wrinkles on your eyelids. The eye primer we have is like, I joke around that it's like eye glue. It holds on to like whatever eyeshadow you're using so well. All right. Ready for this? We're just gonna pop on a little bit of lip gloss and then we're done. Message me for the link to this guy. But I love just hopping on a little bit of gloss. I always use my finger to kind of blend that out. All right, and we're done. So super subtle. I don't always like to do mascara on the bottom lash line, especially if I'm going for more of like a subtle, like soft makeup look, because it really elevates your upper lash line. It really makes them pop and stand out and almost looks like lash extensions. So you can totally use mascara on the bottom lash line. I just prefer just doing the top, especially when I'm doing like a really soft, like subtle makeup look. So again, super soft, very pretty, doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin, doesn't look like I have anything on my skin, and we just use our concealer and our pressed powder essentially. So that was our coverage that we chose today. So you can totally get a really flawless, gorgeous finish with not using a ton of makeup. So if you're not really into liquid, or maybe you want to ease into these products, if you want to try Unique for the first time without like investing too much, these products that I use today are like the go-tos. So just message me and let me know that you want the minimalist makeup look, and I can give you a full recommendation. All I need is a selfie facing a window. No, Sharon, I only get credit if you go through my website. You do have to select a presenter when you're shopping on the Younique website, so please, if you haven't yet, make sure that you select me. My actual name is Rhea Coleman, but my Facebook name is Rhea Hope. But if you do want to just type in my website, rheahopebeauty.com, here on you can just click there and it'll take you there, or you can type it into your Safari or web browser. So again, rheahopebeauty.com, and that's where you can find all the makeup and the skincare. But please feel free to message me if you guys need any recommendations. Make sure you go follow me over on Instagram. My name is Rhea Hope there, and I will be giving you guys another really fun try-on for today. And I also did a fun try-on yesterday, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do. And then if you guys need to be color matched, like I said, please message me. And in the top right-hand corner, those 3 little dots, make sure you turn on those live notifications. That way you don't miss out. And I hope you guys all have a beautiful rest of your weekend. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow to do another makeup look, maybe more full coverage. I like to kind of bounce around between light coverage and full coverage. So make sure to message me if you guys need anything. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.